Hello everybody, I'm Soulman. Previously, we have learned traditional numbering system. Today, we are going to learn modern numbering system and also the Korean currency won and how to count money. Let's have a quick review on traditional and the modern numbering system we learned before. The traditional numbering system 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟 was primarily used for verbal and narrative context in poem and novel, in less formal situation, and typically used for counting numbers under 100. Today we are going to learn about the modern numbering system, which is primarily used for written context in textbook, scientific context, and counting large numbers, also for counting money. Let's review basics of traditional numbering system one more time. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Since 10 is 열 in traditional numbering system, when you want to say 11 to 15, you simply prepend 열. So they became 열하나, 열둘, 열셋, 열넷, 열다섯, likewise. Now today's main topic, how to count 1 to 10 in modern numbering system. 1 is 1, 2 is 2, 3 is 3, 4 is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 becomes 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8 becomes 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Sometimes 6 is pronounced as 6 with a real. 5, 6, 7, 8 or 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 is 9. 10 is 10. 9, 10. Okay, let's repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 90. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 90. That's the modern numbering system from 1 to 10. Now let's learn how to count from 10 to 100 in modern numbering system. 10 is 10. You don't really say 10 for 10. Simply 10. 20 has 2 of 10. So 20. 30 is 30. 40 is 40. With an exception of the first one, 10, it has 2, 3, 4, which is 2, 3, 4. Likewise, from 50 to 80 is 50, 60, 70, 80. So ending 10 is the same, just 5, 6, 7, 8 changes. 90 is 90 because 9 is 9. 100 is 100. Like we did not use 10 for 100, we don't use 100. Or sometimes some people use 100 for emphasizing something, but normally we omit 1 when the multi-digit number begins with 1, like 10 or 100. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Let's try hundreds to 1000. As we saw, we say 100 instead of 100 normally. 2 is 2, 3 is 3, 4 is 4. So 200, 300, 400. 500 is 500, 600 is 600, 700, 700, 800, 800, 900, 900. 1000, 1000. To emphasize, some people say 1000, but normally we say 1000. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1000. Now the number is becoming bigger. Let's count from 1000 to 10,000. 1000 is 1000 instead of 1000. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, same as before, so 2000 is 2000, 3000, 3000, 4000, 4000, then 5000, 6000, 7000, 8000, 9000, 10,000 is 만 instead of 1만, unless you really want to make it very official. Let's repeat. 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000, 5000, 6000, 7000, 8000, 9000, 만. These are important numbers because most likely when you go to Korea, typical price range that you're going to spend in small cash is either in 1000 unit or 10,000 units. 1,000 Korean won is roughly equivalent to US $1. Let's count from 10,000 to 100,000, which are also in a very common price range for your everyday spending in Korea using Korean won. 10,000 is man, so like we did before, we prepend E13, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9 in front of man. 20,000 2만, 30,000 3만, 40,000 4만, likewise 5만, 6만, 7만, 8만, 9만. 100,000 is 10만, which makes sense, right? Let's repeat one more time. 만, 2만, 3만, 4만, 5만, 6만, 7만, 8만, 9만, 10만. Okay, if you have a lot of money to spend when you go to Korea, you should also learn these numbers. Let's count from 100,000 to 1 million. 100,000 is 10만. Likewise, we use 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 200,000 20만, 300,000 30만, 400,000 40만. Likewise, 50만, 60만, 70만, 80만, 90만. 1 million is 100만, which means there are 100 mans in 100만. Because of 받침 morphing sound rule we learned in season 1, when you read 100만 in natural speed, it becomes 100만. 기역 and 미음 collide each other, so 받침 기역 sound is morphed into 이응. Slowly you can say 100만, but in normal speed you should read it as a 100만 with 이응 받침. Now we know how to count from 10 to 1 million in modern numbering system. Let's do some exercise counting real numbers with multiple digits. 55. 50 is 50, 5 is 5, so it becomes 55. 500, we already know, 500, 500. 1500 is 1000 plus 500, so 1500, 1500. 3500 is 3000 plus 500, so 3500, 3500. 15,000 is 10,000 plus 5,000, so 15,000. 35,000 is 30,000 plus 5,000, 35,000. You should still read it with a 만, which is at the fourth digit. So instead of 15,000, you have to say 15,000. Instead of 35,000, you need to say 35,000. You need to use 만 when it goes over 1,000 units. 35,000, 15,000. Okay, let's try something a little bit more complex. 510 is 510. 1,520 is 1,520. Just remember that in Korea, they never say 1,500 for 1,500. You have to say 1,500. 1,520. How about 3,530? Then it becomes 3,530. How do you read 15,600? Again, we need to use 만. 15,600. 15,600. Instead of saying 15,600, which is wrong in Korean. How about 35,700? 35,700. 35,700. Okay, let's add more complexities. 513, 513, 513. 1,525, 1,525, 1,525. 3,533, again we don't say 3,500, unlike in American English. 3,533. 15,620. In Korea, we don't say 15,000, so you have to use 만. 만 5,620. 85,777 becomes 8만 5,777. 85,777. Okay, let's get rich. How do you read 1,850,000? Let's first read 850,000 first, which is 85만. 85만. Now add 1 million in front of it because 1 million is 100만. You should read it as 185만. 185만. Note that 185 becomes the unit of 만. 185만. Now you can read complex numbers in traditional numbering system using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1000, 만, 10만, and 100만. Okay, let's find out what kind of coins are used in Korea. Korean currency is called Korean won, KRW, and we have 10won coin, 10won, 100won coin, 100won, and 500won coin. 10won coins are hardly used except in bank. For paper bills, Korea has 1000won, 5000won, 만원, and 5만원. As you can see, 만원 is printed as 만원 instead of 1만원. Same is true for 1000won. Pop quiz. What is the total amount of money shown in this sample? 5만, 5천, 만, and 1000. If you add them all together, the left column becomes 6만원, 6만원. Right column becomes 6천원. So total is 6만 6천원. Make sure you can count the combination of bills when you plan to visit Korea. Okay, final exercise of today. Suppose you are in Seoul, Korea and riding a taxi. The taxi fare is 택시 요금, 택시 요금. So you are asking how much? How much is it? How much is 얼마예요? 얼마예요? Then the taxi driver will reply, it is 13,500 won or 25,000 won. 13,500. 택시 요금은 13,500원입니다. Normally you omit 택시 요금은 because it's implied. You will probably say 13,500원입니다 or 25,000원입니다. I think now you can buy something or ride a taxi in Seoul.